Hello, wonderful people. 'Tis I, the director, and today we're doing the Hunger Games again with a bunch of pop culture characters. You can see who's all in the districts. I don't want to go through them because that takes too much time, so we're just proceeding. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Witcher grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Ripley breaks Mewtwo's nose for a basket of bread. Kratos, Terminator, Shrek, and the Flash share everything they gathered before running. Rapunzel runs away from the cornucopia. Hans runs away from the cornucopia. Not Hans, Han. I was thinking of Hans because of Rapunzel. Bianca grabs a shield, leaning on the cornucopia.
You might have a mom, she might be the bomb, but ain't nobody got a mom like mine.
Where was I? Oh yeah. Stitch runs away from the cornucopia. Yoda runs away from the cornucopia. Captain Marvel and Willy, groundskeeper Willy, run away from the cornucopia. Scarlet Witch takes a handful of throwing knives. OG Batman runs away from the cornucopia. Snape bashes Star-Lord's head with a mace. Jesus. Leia grabs a sword. Wonder Woman runs away from the cornucopia. Minerva and Legolas fight for a bag. Minerva gives up and retreats, which isn't in character for her, but hey, it's the Hunger Games. And Inigo Montoya runs away from the cornucopia, and Khaleesi grabs a backpack and retreats. Whew. Houdini, Wonder Woman searches for firewood. Ripley collects fruit from a tree. Han, the Flash, Minerva, and Shrek hunt for other tributes. OG Batman scares Stitch off. Kratos camouflages himself in the bushes. Witcher, Inigo Montoya, Terminator, Rapunzel raid Bianca's camp while she's hunting. Willy explores the arena. Yoda sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate, which is wise, in my opinion. Scarlet Witch receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, which, didn't you say all the sponsors were Mr. Beast? Yes. Okay, I should say Mr. Beast then next time. Yes. Mewtwo picks flowers. Leia bashes Legolas's head against a rock several times. Snape dies from an infection. Captain Marvel practices her archery, and Khaleesi receives clean water from Mr. Beast. 3 cannon shots can be heard. Star-Lord, Legolas, and Snape. I thought Snape killed somebody with a mace. Yeah, he did, but I think he died of an infection. Ooh. Han sets up camp for the night. Inigo Montoya receives clean water from an unknown spawn from Mr. Beast. My bad. Scarlet Witch sets up camp for the night. Stitch tends to his wounds. I accidentally forgot to change his gender. Leia receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Rapunzel sees a fire but stays hidden. Witcher quietly hums. Yoda, Terminator, and Ripley sleep in shifts. Shrek and Khaleesi huddle for warmth. Stitch tends to his wounds. I read that already. OG Batman quietly hums, aka Adam West. Batman, which is the original Batman theme. Wonder Woman lets Captain Marvel into her shelter. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Kratos attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Willy, Mewtwo, and the Flash discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Minerva is woken by nightmares, and Bianca receives medical supplies from Mr. Beast. Okay. The Flash is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Minerva, Stitch, and Willy hunt for other tributes. Mewtwo attacks Shrek, but he manages to escape. Kratos runs away from Khaleesi. Leia makes a wooden spear. You have a sword, or Was that last time? Last time I did this, she had a sword. I ran a practice run and it didn't work out. Bianca makes a slingshot. Inigo Montoya picks flowers. Ripley attacks Yoda, but he manages to escape. Captain Marvel, Witcher, OG Batman, and Rapunzel form a suicide pact, killing themselves. Oof. Scarlet Witch pushes Terminator off a cliff during a knife fight. Jeez, she must have really got to him. Han sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate, just like Yoda. And Wonder Woman dies from an infection. So, Captain Marvel, Witcher, OG Batman, Rapunzel, Terminator, and Wonder Woman are all dead. When Khaleesi thinks about home, Kratos quietly hums. The Flash cries himself to sleep. Scarlet Witch sets up camp for the night. Stitch and Han huddle for warmth. Aww. Just imagine Han Solo holding Stitch. That'd be so cute. What would be an even cuter crossover would be freaking Toothless and Stitch. Alright. Oh, here we go. Bianca fends Minerva, Inigo Montoya, and Shrek away from her fire. Mewtwo receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Yoda receives a hatchet from Mr. Beast. I forgot to say that again. Scarlet. Excuse me, I had a burp coming. Scarlet Witch and Khaleesi hunt for other tributes. Shrek forces Ripley to kill Kratos or Han. She kills Kratos. The Flash receives clean water from Mr. Beast. Leia constructs a shack. Haven't seen much of her in a while. Yoda questions his sanity. Yoda does. Mewtwo, Stitch, and Willy hunt for other tributes. Inigo Montoya dies from hunger. Bianca dies of dysentery. I should really stop putting the drag queens last. And Minerva is pricked by thorns while picking berries. So Kratos, Inigo Montoya, and Bianca are all dead. Han, Leia, Minerva, Ripley, and Yoda all sleep in shifts. Scarlet and Shrek get in a fight, but Shrek spares Scarlet's life. Mewtwo receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Stitch climbs a tree to rest. Khaleesi questions her sanity. About time. And Willy sets the Flash on fire with a Molotov. Yoda, Scarlet Witch, and Stitch hunt for other tributes. That kinda rhymed. Mewtwo, Ripley, Shrek, and Han hunt for other tributes. Leia receives fresh food from Mr. Beast. Willy collects fruit from a tree. Khaleesi thinks about home. And Minerva receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Hear that? That's my hands rubbing together. Minerva's gonna start some shit. Okay, so only the Flash is dead today. Han poisons Ripley's drink. She drinks it and dies. Minerva tends to her wounds. Shrek cooks his food before putting his fire out. Scarlet Witch tries to sing herself to sleep. Aww. Do a little lullaby. Stitch tends to his wounds. Khaleesi thinks about winning. Mewtwo screams for help. He can speak, I think, English, or that means he's actually screaming. Willy questions his sanity, and Leia and Yoda talk about the tributes still alive, which never happened in the movies. They never met, Leia and Yoda. I don't think Yoda saw that many people, actually, once he was dying. Shrek chases Han. You're stealing my clothes! I don't know what you're talking about. You're stealing my clothes. Willy travels to higher ground. Go ahead. It's over, Anakin! I have Scarlet Witch receives a hatchet from Mr. Beast. Mewtwo discovers a cave. Yoda bleeds out due to untreated injuries. What the hell happened? I thought he was just talking to Leia last night. Khaleesi stabs Minerva in the back with a trident. Yikes. Maybe Khaleesi will win. Who's also Daenerys Targaryen. Wolf Mutts are set loose. Stitch, Leia, Khaleesi, and Scarlet Witch and Shrek survive because Shrek knocks Mewtwo out and leaves him for the wolves. And Han is eaten by Wolf Mutts and so is Willy. So that means 6 are dead. So Khaleesi starts a fire. Leia shoots an arrow into Scarlet Witch's head. Shrek poisons Stitch's drink but mistakes it for his own and dies. Ah, the old... You fool, you fell for the old trick. Leia decides not to go to the feast. Khaleesi bleeds out due to untreated injuries, and Stitch falls into a pit and dies, which means Leia is the winner from District 2. Woo! Woo! Our princess won! Woo! Woo, woo, woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woohoo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Okay, that was quite eventful. Yes, yes. Alright, that's it. Goodbye, wonderful people, and have a wonderful day.